Alright then guys, I'll see if this one's going to behave instead. So this one here, his name is Chris. What do you think about that? His name's Christopher. Now Chris here, he's a little bit of something different. Now if I were to ask you guys to name me a bird of prey, the majority of us, we always go for your really famous species like your peregrine falcons, your golden eagles, your barn owls, etc. This gorgeous fella here would probably not be very high on your list. He basically looks like a chicken on stilts.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to Chris, he's a little bit of an odd one because he's actually technically a bird of prey. Apparently, down to DNA analysis, they're one of the closest living relatives of the velociraptor, and nowadays they're closely related to the peregrine falcon, apparently. Which, when you look at them, there's no similarities whatsoever. But this one here is a bird of prey down to two distinct rules. So to be a bird of prey, you have to catch and kill other animals. Chris here will do just that. You won't run straight past it. You're not the brightest bird. Yeah, it's a good job you're beautiful, isn't it? So when it comes to Chris, he'll eat things like lizards, snakes, rodents, frogs, basically anything you can get that beak on. As well as eating other animals, he will eat seeds and nuts and corn and wheat. He'll eat small vegetation as well, so he's really good at getting rid of weeds. However, he's a bird of prey down to how he catches his food. And Chris is now looking for worms. Brilliant. It's not my raven finding snacks amongst you guys, it's my Seriema finding his own worms. So I'm hoping he's going to come for a little walk amongst you all, guys. First thing we need to look at is his feet. Now his first toe on his foot sticks up in the air, very much like that raptor that we see on Jurassic Park. Now all he's doing, that serrated toe on his foot, you're finding snacks, and stop eating people's shoes. Hey, come in here. That's my phone going off, don't freak out like that. Are you going to come through? So yeah, his first toe on his foot sticks up in the air, it is serrated, and he uses that toe basically like a knife and a fork. So he'll use one foot and stamp on his prey and hold it to the floor. He'll then use that serrated blade of a toe to slice his prey up. Now he's either going to be lovely and he'll chop it into small pieces to swallow, or you get the lovely gruesome description and he will disembowel his dinner to eat it. So when it comes to his feet are his weapon. That is what makes him a bird of prey. To be a bird of prey, you have to catch and kill your prey with your feet. Sharp talons, strong, powerful legs. Chris has definitely got that in abundance. Come in, big lad. He's like, no, I didn't even see that. Hey, come in. Come on, you're meant to be like running. These guys can reach speeds up to 45 miles an hour. Apparently not today. With Chris, I'm lucky if I get one or two. It's a very dinosaur noise as well. He's going to come back too. Now, though these guys are a bird of prey, they're actually, in America nowadays, they are actually a domesticated species. Chris, hey, focus. He's like, no, I'm looking for more worms, Mum. He's very good at finding worms. Chris, hey, come in. Don't peck someone's bum. Don't jump over someone's head as well. I don't want you slapping someone. Attaboy. So yeah, in America, these guys are now domesticated. They're kept by farmers specifically. Now, if you're a farmer, your livestock is your livelihood. Things like sheep, things like chickens. Unfortunately, America's got some lovely predators. Coyotes being the big one. We then get bears. You've then got things like your cougars and your jaguars, etc. in South America. And unfortunately, it's the last thing you want around your sheep or your chickens. So they will hand rear these guys. They take the eggs and they hand rear the chicks and bring them up around their farm animals. Now, one, these guys are an incredible alarm system. If he sees something scary, he's got a really good voice on him. Plus, they're also amazing little bodyguards when it comes to smaller predators. So when it comes to an alarm system, if Chris here spots something like a coyote or a bear or even a poacher, even someone on your land trying to get near your farm animals, he's got a really nice alarm system. Chances are he's going to wake you up. This is where I have to sound like a weirdo because I have to whistle at my bird to get him to do his noise. The best way I can describe it for us guys in this country is it sounds like a seagull being strangled. Okay, be ready. anything out of you today. Are we ready? Well done. Do we get a couple more? Is that it? Has to throw his head back as well to get that voice. So that noise for Chris, that's his alarm system. Once he gets going, he doesn't like to stop. So if he spots something scary, he'll make that loud alarm system. Farmer will then... Are you going to do another one? No? Is that it? Farmer will then come down from his bed. He'll come and check on his farm animals, and if everything is safe, they reward him for that behaviour. You encourage it over and over again. Because he gets a reward for it, he's going to continually protect your flock. So as well as being an alarm system, they're also bodyguards. Now these guys out in South America are famous for eating snakes. Snakes in Australia, so in Africa, completely wrong continent. In America, you've got some lovely species. You've got rattlesnakes, coral snakes, cottonmouths, copperheads. Chris here isn't fazed by that. He'll quite happily eat them. He's got plenty of protection. Those lovely bright red scales on his legs are nice and thick. He gets bit on his legs, it's not going to bother him. And then he's also got a really fluffy body covered in masses of feathers. If it tries to hit his body, it's just going to get a mouthful of feathers. So when it comes to snakes, Chris here, if he's in your chicken coop with your chickens, and a snake slithers in and thinks, oh, it's warm in here, I might just sleep here. In theory, Chris should spot that nasty, horrible snake. He should go running over to it, find a worm. You're meant to be getting the snake. You're meant to be doing your job. Chris, what's this nasty, horrible, evil snake? You have little birds when you're older, kids. Whatever you do. If we don't like the green one, should we try the orange one? I think my Seriema's broken, isn't it? Chris, you're meant to be working. If it's not you misbehaving, it's Einstein, isn't it? Right, what's that? What do we do with the nasty evil snake? No. How about the green one then? What about the green evil snake? You can't see the green one. That's it? Well, what do we do with a snake? When we see a snake, what do we do with it? That's the grass. We get a couple more. That's it. So in theory, he'll pick that snake up and he'll give it a really good headache. Now he would continually do that behaviour. That snake is either going to be regretting its life decisions, it's either going to slither off a little bit wounded, a little bit hurt, or Chris won't let it escape. He'll keep whacking it over and over again until he's broke all of its bones. And then he rewards himself with a nice tasty juicy snack. And these guys can swallow a snake up to 1 metre long in one nice big gulp. Well done, Chris. You got there eventually, didn't you? You struggle with life, don't you, at the moment? And apparently the orange snake is just not good enough anymore, is it? Didn't used to like the green one before. The orange one was the favourite, but apparently at the moment, he's just not fazed. Oh dear. At the moment he's being a pain in the bum because all the conkers are coming off the trees and he likes to try and swallow conkers and then regurgitate them for me about an hour later. So I end up gathering lovely slavery conkers after a year. So right guys, I'm going to see about taking this one home. Unfortunately today guys, Chris is actually the last bird I've got for you. So I'm going to see about letting you all escape, she says, as Chris is coming to eat all the children. You're alright, he only eats kids on weekends. Oh, what day we know we might not be in luck. You'll be right, don't worry, you're too chewy. So I'm going to take this one home, guys. I'll let you guys all escape. If you are interested, in about 20 minutes, just on the benches behind, they're going to be doing some guinea pig handling as well, so they'll get some guinea pigs out if you want to have a little cuddle. Be you big child or little child, it'll be just on the benches behind, guys. From myself, from Chris, and I'm not even going to say from Einstein because he's had a lovely time. And then obviously from Paul, from Errol, from Ronnie and Tao. Thank you very, very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much for coming today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the day. If you would like to take a raven home with you, please feel free. Chris, why are we ripping up the grass? What are you doing? That's a leaf. It's a leaf. There's nothing there for you. It's just a note. Okay?